that shit. I hit the motherfucking button so much the motherfucker went out.
You're the only nigga.
I'm sitting around in the house on the couch. The motherfucker just.
Oh, this nigga.
You blew the sensor out of a laser sight?
The motherfucking light off that motherfucker. My partner and I hit him for the repair. He said, "Only you, only you."
I was at the same thing.
Yeah, what the fuck was you doing? I said, be honest with you, dog. I was just sitting on the couch pointing that motherfucker at any and everything.
Reacting belly.
Yo, why wiring me?
Doing nothing. Man, y'all ready to get started, man?
Hit the goddamn button.
All right, man.
Motherfucker ain't loaded enough. I'm in the house
He's a stick up. Stupid ass, man. Only Mike, man.
Blew the light out on my
What's
shit.
up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Man Listen. I'm your host, Reggie Classic. And I got the fellas here with me. Keith is here.
Yo.
Ty is here.
What's up with it?
Blicky No Sticky Mike is here.
If you got a Costco account, I'm your cousin. Use that motherfucker.
We all use that shit right now.
Man.
Oh, my goodness. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Can't complain.
Everybody good?
Oh, yeah, man.
You sure?
Yeah, man.
All right,
Don't
man.
tell nobody about that blooper. Did that get recorded?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, well, shit, the world knows I blew out the light on the
Only
blicky.
you.
Shit, you come in at nighttime, I ain't gonna have nothing to point at you. I'm
Casey.
blind fire.
Straight blind fire, nigga.
Got that cock out there.
Yeah, that's it.
Blind
But
fire.
you're still getting fired, so
Yeah.
beware. I might guess right. All right, man. Well, let me start this episode with this. A brief explanation of the things that happened last week. So, I'm pretty sure y'all know by now that there was no episode last week. I'm pretty sure that's pretty irrelevant. I mean,
They're trying to censor us.
yeah.
You tried to tune in,
Hey,
sorry.
it's
Skynet.
man. Skynet is real, people.
I told y'all the feds was on me.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we had some technical difficulties during the upload process of the podcast. I'm not gonna get into all the details, but I don't think this would have happened if Steve Jobs was still alive. I'm just gonna put it out there like that.
Oh, shit.
Niggas would have respected my gangster a little bit more. But yeah, but we're back this week, hopefully.
Hey, you see that shit? Apple finds a way to get your money.
Always.
I thought I was
Always,
tripping
no?
at first.
Nah.
Now they got noise canceling ear pods. I say, my nigga, how much is these gonna cost?
1,000 per ear.
Something.
You want to cancel both, nigga? 2 racks.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's what they do, man. Apple always out for the high.
Man, them damn wireless was it AirPods or them? Man, them shits bugging on my goddamn nerves in the classroom. Boy.
Oh, I believe it.
all the kids in the damn classroom, they put they
Hoodie on.
hoodie on, got these motherfuckers in. I can't tell if they
You
listening
can wear
to
hoodies
me.
in the class now?
I mean, our school, we let them.
It's cold.
It's cold. So we let them, but now they got the AirPods in. I'm like, I don't know if you listening right now or you playing DMX in your ear or some, you know what I'm saying? Or,
Walk up and spit on you. He
I don't
listening
know
to
what's
MOP
going
and he
on.
up.
but,
Fuck
you know,
this
them
teacher,
damn
nigga.
things, I'm getting on my goddamn nerves. But, and then, if you lose one, you gotta buy, you can't just go buy like the right one. You gotta go buy
you
a
gotta
whole
buy
other
the
pair
pair,
again.
man.
Oh shit! Why would they let you do that?
Fam, you can't eat while we record there, chief.
You had to say that, huh?
I mean, how else was I gonna tell
You
you?
could have tapped me on the shoulder or something.
I would have thought it would have been,
hand signal.
You know why? Because he fat.
Like this nigga just 162 though. Like he a welterweight.
Because he fat.
Like this nigga.
Hey, I like fucking with Mike, though.
Hey, yeah.
Mike's my guy.
He a
I
cruiserweight
was
ass.
always, I mean, you know, it picks that up. That's all I was saying.
All right, I got you. Chill. Peach rings is good in the mother.
Yeah.
They are. So
Pick up
I
your
get why you.
children.
And it's habit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a habit
I
thing.
mean, at
You
least
just
she wasn't
stick in
eating
your hand.
potato chips, you know.
Did y'all hear that motherfucking podcast that what's name did last year? When KD was on there with what's your boy from
McCullum?
Portland? With
McCullum?
McCullum?
Yeah.
You ain't hear them niggas eating? Them niggas had sandwiches and shit.
Hey, but I had watched the podcast with for Ohio State, and they had old ass Mike Doss on there. Now the shit is at like a little restaurant or whatever. And so, you know, the little setup, they got like food at the motherfucker. This nigga sitting there, he made a whole plate, nigga, while they talking about the team.
Yeah.
I mean, this nigga will be on the thing eating. The white boys ain't touched the food.
No.
Hey,
This
man.
nigga sit there, made a whole ass plate, drinking
Told
his
us it was
drink.
free food.
Man,
Food free, nigga, we
nigga
here.
set us back with that one.
You send us back right now.
Shut your ass up. God damn.
My bad.
Sick of this nigga, man.
It's gonna be one of those episodes. We gonna freestyle this, until we get to the topic. Of course, we do have a topic for y'all this week. But everything was so helter skelter as far as trying to review the week. Everybody talked about Kanye and his gospel rap album. Did anybody hear it?
No.
Did anybody want to hear it?
I do.
I just want to hear the
I
production. I
wanna
don't care about the raps. I just want to see what the production sound like.
Is it gonna release an instrumental? Because I'll listen to that.
I just want to hear the production. Other than that,
He might not release
So
an
you-
instrumental because he don't want you to put that,
Devil.
put the devil's music on there, man.
I want to know
I mean,
how
he
many.
definitely don't want
The
you
secular.
and he definitely don't want you fornicating to his music.
Hey, I heard that shit. I said, wait a minute.
Come on, man.
I can't fornicate on it while making this album?
He
No.
ain't had no premarital sex.
You had pure mind, body, and spirit while
Shit,
helping me
While helping me.
record
Right.
this album. Yes,
That he changed 30 million times.
yeah, I mean,
He bought a
Jesus is
ranch
king.
in Wyoming. Another one.
I would did what.
Wyoming?
Yeah,
That was in Wyoming.
nothing.
Nothing.
That's why he did it.
That's why
That's
he
why he
did
did
it.
it.
He been doing that. His
Yeah, that's
last
why.
album,
The last one was in.
Wyoming.
Was it Wyoming?
Yeah.
All that
Okay.
shit was in Wyoming.
All that shit been in
Yeah,
Wyoming.
now
He
he's
been there.
somewhere else in Wyoming this time.
Yeah, he buying some land to do some other
Yeah.
shit down there
He-
now.
what do you call it? The Yeezy Estate or something like that?
Some man.
Yeah, it's
Is
just
he on his
something
Michael
crazy.
Jackson shit? You have never.
That's what he's
ever
trying. Basically, that's what he's trying to
Okay.
have.
All right,
Y'all
man.
better hope he don't have one of them Jim Jones joints where everybody
shit.
drinking some Kool-Aid getting knocked off. But hey, man, the brother's on the spiritual journey.
Ain't nothing
I
wrong
can't
with
hate on that.
That's
No,
not-
not at all.
I don't think it's not about that. It's just you can't. We know you for one thing. I'm not mad at you switching up, but but
Help ease.
right, you ease into that trend. He just went from Kanye to
You know what he did, man? Kanye's transition and how rash it's been right now reminds me of when Malcolm X came out years ago in the theaters, right? Every black person who came out from watching that movie when it first came out was off pork. I mean, everybody that came out was like, nope, no pork, pork is impure, the whole spiel. These niggas ain't cracked the Quran ever. But they was off pork, right?
Went and got a baconator.
hey,
Shit lasted a week.
Hey, going home eating nothing but bacon sandwiches.
Yeah, some pepperoni.
All kind of shit. Popping gummy bears and Starbursts, but they all pork. It's one of those things, man. But again, I hope you know what I'm saying, it works out for him, man.
You
'cause
say he this is the course he's staying.
that's real.
Fine.
All good with that, man.
I mean, he got a this is the way he stands. I mean, he got a nice ass catalog. If you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Music ain't never gonna be an issue.
If he is walking away from hip hop, that's the way to go out. He got it. He got the catalog to do
went
it.
out. Now, is he still going to do production for secular music?
That is a good question.
Hey, you know what?
That's
I
a
would.
really good question.
I would.
Would you?
Hell yeah, I
You a
would.
fornicator. I mean, you saying you would, don't say shit.
I mean, isn't that because then that's like a conflict of interest, right?
hate
Isn't that
this
like
nigga,
you
bud.
have these values and these beliefs that you saying you walking with, and then you turn around and making music?
For
You can't tell me, right, that I can't go home to my girlfriend and smash that if I was working on his album, of course. Because that's fornication. You don't want nobody who's breaking, you know what I'm saying, committing any sins working on your shit. Then you come back and start making beats for niggas that selling dope, fornicating, all kind of robbing
You know what I'm saying?
niggas.
You done made it
all
track
kind of
your
shit.
You get
gonna make
money
a track
though.
with your teeth.
He getting money
It's
from
not about
Yeezys
the money.
already.
You
And it's
gonna
not
get
about
the
the
money.
money.
So you make a Jesus is King album, and then co-produce a Pusha T album.
See, that's the problem he gonna run into.
Can't do that.
Well, Pusha T got options. He'll
He's
go for
actually,
real.
he's
for
actually
real.
the
No,
president.
no,
of
I
this shit,
mean,
right?
no, I mean, I'm saying that you can't. He
no,
can't.
he's saying
I'm
that'd
just
be
saying
the issue.
No, yeah.
you can't go and
You can't go
turn around.
do this and then do Pusha T
I
out.
mean,
He's
I
talking
mean,
about never
what's-
sell a coat.
Cause now I'm like, what's up with good music then, right? Is that
It's
like
still
just
there.
Is it good
I
music?
mean-
Because remember, Pusha T is still A&R.
Pusha T the president.
No,
the
he's
president.
the president. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's the president. I'm sorry. So he really, I mean, you can still go get your beats elsewhere, and you just probably won't get it from Ye no more.
Man, look.
That's hurt though.
If
man.
you
Ye
listen,
is a-
if you listen to
Still gonna
some,
make money off
if
of
you
it.
listen to some Christian rap, they steal a lot of their melodies from
You're not
actual
saying
hip hop.
that.
No, but listen though, I'm just saying, listening to that and knowing that, I'll give them niggas beats. I'll make beats on them.
But it's different. It's different.
We
from
all-
taking
We're not
from
talking
there.
about. We're not talking
No, but I'm
about
just saying we're all
the
connected
Christian
musically.
rappers. No, I'm saying
No, but it's
we're not
different.
talking about
It's
Christian
different.
rappers
How
Because-
is it different?
because they're
Because-
pushing God. This nigga's pushing coke,
Coke.
weight, weed.
And you got
I ain't never heard a rapper mention meth.
But you gotta
I've
also
never.
get this, right? You look at like hip hop music, right? You're talking about a Christian rapper taking a hip hop beat and then rapping over it to make it a gospel song. Not the other way around.
No.
You don't have him making a song for
You don't hear tambourines.
Yeah.
Niggas selling what you doing?
Hey, listen.
I'm just
it ain't
saying.
the other way around.
Listen.
You can't do it that way.
The acronym for rap is rhythm and poetry,
That's fine.
all in the same
We're
realm.
not saying it's not.
Then
We're
you're just
talking about-
you're just talking about content at that point.
That's all
That's-
he's been
that's
talking
what-
about.
that's-
Well,
that's
shit.
about.
What's wrong with the beat?
Okay. Well, let's go back to what he did say. Now, he did an interview with Big Boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've only heard snippets
Yeah, me too.
because I honestly didn't want to hear Kanye talk that long.
Yeah.
It's my truth. I'm only speaking for me
It's my truth.
because after a while, I know he starts to ramble. Then it'll fuck off everything I'm trying to hear, right? Now, I heard it was a dope interview, and even the snippets I did hear, he made some great points in it. So I'm not going to take that away from him. But he did say that the hip hop culture has been lying to people for years, has been pushing, you know what I'm saying, doing all this other shit. How having all this material shit is the way to go. He said that. You can't say that, then come back and try to sell me a beat, my nigga. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But he's steady in his walk, in his faith right now. Now he might slide off of that later on, but right now I don't see him making a beat
So
for Pusha T to come back and move pounds on. Like it's just
so basically he had Mace 2.0.
possibly without the pulpit right now.
Without the mega church.
Yeah, right for now.
But that's I think that's the whole thing. You can't, if you make a beat for Christian rappers, like you say, it sounds the same. That's cool and dandy because what they're pushing. But you can't make a beat for that a dude that's gonna slap his girlfriend, shoot his mama, and kill his auntie. You can't do that. So that's where he's gonna have a conflict.
I don't think he will.
So should
I
you
don't
just
think he'll
dissolve
do
good
it.
music?
No.
No.
Well, I'm saying, but you gotta understand, Good Music is a record company, right? Even if he don't make the beat, he's still getting paid from their
He's
sales.
still gonna get paid from him because he is.
And
good
honestly, let's be real. He may make a gospel section of Good Music.
Riches for the wicked are laid up for the just. It's in the Bible.
What he said, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean that's cool.
It's in the Bible.
But it's still.
It means you can bring the drug money to church and you'll be all right. We'll take that.
Crooked ass pastor said that.
Same one that was eating booty on video.
Oh, that's real.
Nasty motherfucker.
That's real.
Pastor Will
No,
said-
did you see the other dude giving a eulogy and talking about the fine women in the church?
Come
No,
on, man. That's,
man.
No.
motherfuckers
he's-
nasty,
listen, the casket is behind him. He's delivering the eulogy. And he says, y'all got some fine women in here. He say, if I was younger, Lord. And then
That's
so
just
look,
out of
so
pocket,
hold on, so
man.
listen. So a
That is out
a
of-
girl gets up, he's like, Lord, I wish she'd come sit back down. This is all
at
while
a
doing.
funeral?
Bruh.
That nigga
Out
should
of
have hit
line.
the lightning
So that's
bolt
what I'm
right
saying.
there.
Out
So
of
what
line.
you told him is some bullshit. Don't bring that drug money in. Don't bring that drug money in.
I mean-
That's actually in the
I
Bible,
know
though.
what I'm saying.
No, I get that.
Yeah, that's not-
The Bible don't say bring your drug money.
Yeah.
It don't say that, but you know,
It's implied.
Yeah, in essence.
Oh, it's implied.
Which crooked ass dude put that in there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was it not? It wasn't the James version. It was the Junebug version.
Not King James, huh?
Yeah, not King James.
Probably.
It was the Junebug.
Probably the Pope's version, but that's a whole nother
Pope.
story.
Anyway,
That's a whole nother story.
back to
Yeah. So, I mean, I salute the brother, man. If this is the walk he wants to go on, I'm not mad at him.
No, never.
Shit.
You can never be mad at somebody that converts.
Yeah,
over,
a lot of
that
people-
converts your. What I'm saying, that converts your life over. And
No, you shouldn't be.
No,
I mean,
a lot
you
of
shouldn't be
people
mad
walk-
at anybody who's trying to do better for
Yeah,
themselves.
well,
man.
a lot
That's
of people get there.
if that's the direction that they want to go,
Right.
they feel like that's going to make them a better person, man. You support it.
yeah, but then in your views that you have, it's still fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who you like. You can love Donald Trump. I don't give a shit. That's you.
Yeah.
But don't try to, try to convince the world
That's real.
this nigga's a great dude.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying. I don't care what you do.
But to me, he's lost like most Republicans at this point, man. That's that gang mentality shit.
Well, I mean, as you said, he's on this like journey. I think he's looking for some type of identity for himself.
He had one.
I mean, he did, but he didn't like his identity. I don't know. Like, I think he's been on a search for a while now. Even before like this drastic change. I mean, you listen to like if you just look at like his music, for example, you just see how it's consistently changed over the years, and the different content and different things he's talked about. You can always tell that he's been like on this search to like really like figure out like who he really is, and I don't think he may never find out who he really is.
You heard what he said? He said he'll still do his old songs, but he'll change the lyrics.
Yeah. That's what most gospel songs are.
I understand. I don't need that.
I mean, listen, because he wants to deliver a different message.
I don't need. That's just what's that shit?
What?
I don't like, and then you hear God don't like. No. I need no.
That's that shit that God like.
Yeah.
That'd be but to Ty's point, though, here's my only issue with that. You're right. It does seem like he's searching for himself, trying to find something for himself, right? This may come off as rude, and I could be completely wrong in this. But I think he's only looking for validation from white people.
Because he already knows.
He's been validated by our community. But the elite of the elite, unfortunately, as far as when it comes to money and prestige and all that kind of shit, is white folks right now. I mean, think about all the people he ever praised. He never praised nobody black. It was always Bill Gates. It was always Walt Disney.
The fashion dudes.
Always the fashion houses. Mm-hmm. That's all it ever was.
Okay.
And Trump falls right in line with that right now.
Kanye's his homeboy.
Yeah, that's why homeboy. But listen, man, he's your president too, so a lot of people fuck with Trump.
No.
He ain't the only. I mean, Kanye ain't the only one.
Oh Lord.
So
I mean, it
for one more year.
Oh my God.
let's hope.
It's just that I don't. Like you say, he's trying to find himself, and I think in one of the interviews he was like, he don't care about being canceled from our culture
Because we don't have one, per se.
But he's saying he got canceled when he said Bush don't like black people. We didn't cancel him then. White folks canceled him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we had your back when they canceled you.
We had your back when you got out there and did that shit with Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
That too.
Yeah, we had your back forever.
But
had your back
I
forever,
think they
man.
got mad when he went on TMZ.
Oh, slavery was
Yeah.
a choice.
Yeah.
From
with the
then,
Candace-
that's
Candace
when we
Owens
just
thing,
that too, and that right from right then and there, we was gone.
Yeah, once he put the
So
MAGA
now
hat
I got to
on,
run back to the people that canceled me before.
Right. Well, I mean, he started spewing the shit that we've been hearing, the negative shit that we've been hearing from white America for so long. Like I said, slavery was a choice, or you know what I'm saying. The only reason we down is because we lazy or we don't want to be better and all this. Government programs keep us down and all. Mm-hmm. Like, bruh, come on, man. Like. It started that rhetoric that shit started coming, and I think that when it started coming, you think about just as an educated black man, just knowing the history like of black people in America, like it was just completely disrespectful.
Let me ask you a question: from what he's saying, his rhetoric, and how most black folks feel about it, does his wife getting people out of jail offsets that? Advocating for this, does that offset? Because they are one, basically.
Not for me, it doesn't.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Only because, for me, I look at it like this. I shouldn't have to celebrate you for doing the right thing.
Okay.
We all see how unjust a lot of this shit is, right?
Right.
Now, I salute you for going forward to making it happen.
Okay.
The steps, you know what I'm saying? But for having a thought process or agreeing like, yeah, this is fucked up. We should do something. I'm not saluting you for having decency. That's what you're supposed to have, to me. Now, the steps you do after that, I fucks with you on that. I salute her for going, you know what I'm saying, up to Trump and talking that shit to him and having signed a couple bills too. But she wasn't the only one. There was some sisters behind her too, giving her all the info. It was a conglomerate of people.
Right here from San Francisco.
Yeah.
Right here from San Francisco.
It was a lot of people behind her, but she was the face of it. Everybody can't get an audience with Trump.
Nope.
Everybody can't speak his language. I get that. You want to say work across the aisles? Perfectly fine. I get that. That's politics, but you don't wipe away the dumb shit he said, not at all. She didn't say that dumb ass shit, he did.
He sure did.
And I know people always want to group, you know what I'm saying, oh, y'all a team.
That's why I was asking.
I ain't never believed that.
Okay.
Sure, we are a team. And guess what? Your team may go out there and fuck up. When they do the little, when Sports Center come on, nigga, that's who they talking about. Your teammate, nigga, not you.
Right.
That nigga said that. Now we hit the public, I'm riding with my teammate.
Okay.
No, don't say, oh, that ain't what we meant. We trying to clean. I'm gonna help clean some shit up.
Yeah,
But nigga, when the doors closed, the fuck is you doing?
Gotcha.
Same thing she did to him. Like,
What the fuck are you talking
she
about?
went on Twitter defending like that ain't what he meant. Somebody clean that shit up.
Gotcha.
But again, I'm gonna get off Kanye. His interview with Big Boy did have some big pieces in there that made a lot of sense. Granted, he still has an issue with how he frames it. And some of his, you know what I'm saying, analogies are a bit skewed to me. But the premise made sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, man.
Because I know he said he's supposed to be doing the, Jesus King tour, stuff like that.
Yeah, all
right? And now he got insurance. So remember, insurance wouldn't back him up. Because insurance policy.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to back him just in case he has a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
They're not going to cover it.
Costs all the money.
Exactly. So what they're going to do is he'll have insurance, but if he goes out for mental health, they ain't covering it.
It's got to come out of his
It's got to
pocket.
come out of his pocket.
He got it. He'll be all right.
Well, it's just the fact of they losing money.
Yeah.
Like we selling all these tickets, you getting the money, and all of a sudden you have a breakdown.
And we got to pay all this money back.
So if he was an insurance company, would you back him?
Yeah, I would still back him. But I mean, if I'm gonna put those kind of provisions in it, yeah, I still back him because nigga, at the end of the day, it's on you. Or what's gonna happen is, if we got to pay it back, guess who I'm coming to for my money? I'm coming right back to you. And we got it. You know what I'm saying? It's in the contract. Yeah.
Okay.
Same shit to do with contracts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you fucked up and you do this, nigga. It voids this,
Void
this, and
this.
this.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
that kind of shit.
All right.
So I get it. I mean, they got to cover their bases, man. They lost a lot of money refunding
That
tickets.
last one, that last one, yeah.
Lots of money, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. So since we talked about Kanye, his marriage, and how people work as a team, we figured the topic this week will also be around relationships, right? Specifically for the fellas, not just the fact that it's all fellas in this room, but just talking about how we learn how to do certain things, how to navigate within a relationship. So I guess my first thing to you fellas, how did you guys learn what your place should be in a relationship?
I had a good ass example with my mom and my dad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was a good healthy balance. One didn't have one. You know what I'm saying? Did one more thing than the other. There was a team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I had a good, healthy, feeling of that.
Good foundation.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the foundation right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's
what's up. What about you, Ty? Where did you learn how you should maneuver within a relationship?
I learned a lot from my older cousins, man. I grew up in a single parent household, so it was just my mom. And she got married when I was older. But, real talk, the only thing I remember about my stepdad was literally him coming in the house. I think I was like 13, maybe. It's like 12, 13. I remember him saying, I don't play with no fucking kids.
Damn, nigga.
And I was like, oh.
Shit.
Okay. And
Mama,
and
you
that
ain't
was-
the one.
For real.
She was married by then.
and-
She said, I do.
You had Melvin.
And so,
That nigga had Melvin.
and so, you know, I really didn't learn much from that. You know, like
Right.
he was always gone, she was at work, he was at work, etc. You know, and then their relationship was like really short lived. So
okay.
I really only saw my cousins interact with women. You know, my older cousin, I would see him bringing chicks home all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I see him bring like a different chick home, but then it was like this one chick that always like came by like every couple of days or so. You know what I'm saying?
Was his pull-out game trash like yours too? I mean,
No, his pull-out
okay.
game. He only got 3 kids. He only got
okay.
3. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he kept on. You know, he would have this one chick, and you know, they'll come back and forth, whatever, and that's really all I saw. You know what I'm saying? So I just, you know, for my thing, only thing I knew was like you supposed to just like have fun with a chick. You know, so I always was like, hey, you want to go out, you want to hang out, you want to do stuff, and you know, for years that's all I knew was like, hey, just have fun. You know,
play your shit.
yeah.
What about you, Mike? Did you learn anything from anybody? Trial and error? Like
Here's the thing. This is gonna be a little. No, it ain't gonna be long. But I grew up watching a lot of the wrong shit happen. So and again, I love my big brother past life. Let's not get it confused. But that nigga did some stupid shit. Like I used to see that nigga like he get knocked. And then, like, nigga, you're cornered. Like, you don't have no go-to. And, you know, being fucking 11, 12, 13, watching this shit, and it's like, oh, well, don't do that. Like, shit, yeah. Like, the nigga, like, took a chick to his chick house and got caught by his chick, jumped out the motherfucking window, and he in the bathtub, the daddy come home, some shit, but... And I'm like, nigga,
my goodness,
here I am, junior high, like
my
nigga, what were you thinking? My young dumb ass wouldn't have did that. So a lot of that shit was like, I seen a lot of error, but but the one thing, my oldest brother got married at a young age, right? And to me, that was cool because his wife and him has been together since Martin Luther King got hit with the rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That nigga hell long.
So that's the example that I had, like, to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga never really sat me down and talked to me about that. That was this nigga right here. Reg has always taught me the proper way, how I should do things, you know, but of course I don't listen. So
Of course not.
that it was either that or in my younger years just using my powers for evil. You know what I'm saying?
I know about
you know what I'm saying? Because listen how it all ties together. Once my dad died, that's when I started writing. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, wait a minute, I can write about love too, like bitch, and women like that. Oh, well, let me go ahead and venture off into this. And all that shit just kind of came together. And through my errors, it was like, okay, well, you live and you learn, of course. Mm-hmm. So,
I learned from wearing that white suit, nigga.
that was a fuck up.
Learn from nothing.
Like I said,
That's part of the fuck up.
like I said, that's part of the fuck ups. You do live and you do learn. But no, I didn't have any talks. I mean, I had some talks with Reg, but like I said, a lot of the shit that I seen was just the wrong shit. And it was like, just go in the opposite direction of that. I had one example of good, well, 2 actually, because I love my aunt and uncle's relationship as well. Those 2 relationships was like it for me. Like, okay, if you want to do it, nigga, this is where you plan. You should where you should want to be, and this is the shit that you shouldn't do.
What did you learn from your step-pops?
My stepdad.
Patience.
Yeah. No, that's real shit.
Patience.
My for those who don't know, my stepfather's white man from Sheffield, England. Right?
Wait. Time out. Let me stop you right quick. How did your mama meet him?
We'll talk about that off air.
Okay.
But
Because I'm like, nigga, hold on, where your mama from?
my mom is from Chicago. Well, actually, she's from Alabama. Grew up in Chicago.
How you need a white man from England?
England.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It just don't seem.
But the craziest shit, right? It's like you are raising 5 black kids
that you probably know nothing about.
I mean, he knew. He knew. But his thing was always, I'm here and I'm gonna do this shit. You know what I mean?
He was all in.
He was all in.
Okay.
He didn't give a fuck about nothing. Like my mom had her issues, but it was about us. He worked with her with that. But more importantly, I'm gonna get these kids right.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? And that right there, that's
what age did he come in?
For me. Shit, he was there before I was born.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So
okay, so he been there.
Yeah, he been there.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, been there. So watching that and it was like knowing that I'm being raised by not my father. That right there was just like I could do this. I have a great example of what a stepfather is supposed to be. You know what I mean? And I had that situation before in my life. And I think I did a good job, but me and her didn't. That's a different can of worms too. But yeah. But again, like Red said, patience. That's what I learned. And yeah.
What about you, Rich?
What part?
What example you had?
And I was born.
I mean, well, you know what I'm saying? When it came to how to maneuver in relationships, it was definitely watching my mom and dad maneuver.
Okay.
As far as my dad, at the time, was one of those guys who didn't say too much shit.
Spooky.
I mean, you would think he was a sociopath. You know what I'm saying? Like he might just come in this motherfucker and kill everybody.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Depending on
or he'll come in this motherfucker and cook steaks for everybody. Like you had no idea.
Can I say something real quick?
That's kind of how it was.
Wait, what?
My uncle is the epitome of 85% communication is nonverbal. That is my uncle to a motherfucking T because he'll walk in the room and won't say shit to you, but it's in the air what the fuck you should do. Period. And you don't give a fuck. Big, small, nigga, skinny, tall, nigga. You sitting in this motherfucking chair. Hey, nigga.
So basically,
I'm gonna take 2 steps towards you, and if you don't know what to do by the 3rd step, I'm gonna tell your ass what you do by the 3rd step.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So non-communication,
that nigga,
but you better move.
That motherfucker had an aura like no other, bro. Like
he was just like that, dog. It was just one of those things. But watching how him and my mom maneuvered, it was almost like watching one of those old school shows on Nickelodeon or Nick at Night. You know, they used to be in black and white back in the day.
White.
Like you could just tell how they maneuvered, like with bill paying and all that kind of shit, right? He was definitely giving my mama his check on some good time shit. Like, all right, here, you take care of these bills. Like, my mom worked too, so they both worked. But you could just tell how they was maneuvering because it was certain shit. You know what I'm saying? His payday, most shit got paid than when it was her payday. You know what I'm saying? It was that kind of thing. He covered this and she covered that. So I learned that balance that they had, and I also learned that certain things you have to be able to say, though. He didn't say much, right? He didn't say much at all. But I also watched my mom try to deal with him not verbalizing certain things, and now you got this guessing game going. You get what I'm saying? And that shit didn't leave nothing but arguments. Well, that ain't what you said. Technically, he ain't saying shit. It's one of those things. It could be the smallest of things of... And I have this habit too, unfortunately. I learned this the other day. Example. If you're married, right, or you're in a relationship that's substantial, everybody has had this issue with what we're eating for dinner, right? We've all been there. If you've been in a relationship long enough where don't nobody know what the fuck they want to eat, or somebody say something and you ain't really with it, but you go with it because you don't know what the fuck to say, right? Cool.
Well, you keep peanut butter and jelly in the house.
Yeah, for real. You might have to. So, my mom, right, they would have this conversation every weekend, Friday and Saturday is usually when they went out and bought something. You know what I'm saying? Some fast food, bought some pizza or whatever the fuck. She would cook the rest of the week. Those her days off. So, he would ask. They had nicknames. Hobo was their shit. I don't know why.
Hey,
I don't know why.
For real.
But that's their shit. He'd ask.
You would never know.
No. Hobo, what you want to eat?
It sounds
crazy as shit. It sounds crazy as shit.
The first time I heard it was like, did
you just say hobo?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
But clearly it ain't coming from that broke hobo place.
Yeah.
It's probably short for something. I never asked. I just got used to it.
That,
What you want to eat? She say something, he would not reply. So she don't know if it's a go or if it's all bad.
Right.
She'll say whatever the fuck it is she wants to eat, right? He won't say shit. She'll sit there for another 15 minutes or so, then ask him, what you want to eat? Well, I thought you said you didn't say nothing.
Motherfucker got a pitcher and a back catcher relationship. Nigga just turn that. Nah,
that's
don't throw
it.
that one. Yeah, we go
And
with that right
it
there.
was one of those things, like I said, I have that habit now too. Was like, well, you said that. In my head, he probably answered. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, that's fine. But he's staring at the TV. He ain't verbalized shit. He's sitting in his recliner, watching whatever's on his TV, and figure, all right. But then it was also the guessing game of when he was going to get it. Because now he's sitting in his TV, right? You just said what you want to eat. Mm-hmm. If he did happen to say, okay, all right, cool. He's still sitting there. You don't eat until he feel like putting his shoes back on.
oh, shit.
It's just one of those things. So I learned that you have to be able to communicate within that, because that made for, although some of them were funny, they also led to a lot of nights my mom being fuck it and going to make something real quick in the kitchen and telling me there's some leftovers, something in here, you better find something to eat. Because she tired of waiting on this shit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like, all right, it got spicy tonight. I thought we was having, you know what I'm
He
saying?
said it got spicy.
I thought we was having fish, but apparently that ain't working.
Have a turkey sandwich. Bologna.
Hey, you know when your mama call you in your room like, you want to walk down to KFC, get you something to eat? You know. Okay, yeah, all right.
Many
that
of them.
nigga ain't budged. I done been there and back. He in the same spot.
Oh, y'all went and got KFC, huh? Fuck y'all.
No.
Yeah, I know.
And then go in there. He will also go in there and eat half a watermelon, nigga, and be good to go. My
He'll
dad
sit there
was
and
a
cut
watermelon
that motherfucker.
phenom, nigga. Like, he'll cut that motherfucker up, have 2 good slices of that shit, and be full. Won't eat nothing else. Then you fuck if you ate or not, nigga. I had watermelon. What y'all want to eat?
Oh, y'all good?
What you want to eat? Well, I just had watermelon. What y'all want to eat? I'm like, nigga, you didn't. All right. Yeah, man, that's just how he maneuvered, man. But again, that was one of the biggest things I learned as far as the communication part. But so here's my question. I always wanted to know this because women have a hard time with this. I figure I will ask you, gentlemen. Where did you guys learn romance from, though?
Ooh.
Watching my parents.
Watching your parents? See, I didn't learn that shit watching my parents.
Watching my parents.
My dad showed up with flowers, nigga, on birthdays and holidays.
Nah, my dad, he'll do little things. You know, he'll leave her a note.
That's dope.
He'll, just leave a note because she used to come. He used to work nights. He worked that swing graveyard 3:30.
You kind of missing each other.
Yeah, missing each other. So he'll leave notes and stuff like that. He'll get some flowers. You know what I'm saying? Birthday. He'll do something.
Right.
So I kind of seen
Okay.
that growing up. But also seen the flip side.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that flip side, you walk in a room, it's hot as hell outside, but you walk in the house, it's cold as hell, you trying to figure out what's going on. Nobody talking to nobody.
Nobody talking to nobody.
Like you say, it got spicy.
Yeah, got spicy.
Got spicy.
No smoky in here. I'm going to go in my room.
I had to warn my sister, as soon as she walk in, hey, got a little spice in there. She's like, all right, you got to know how to maneuver.
That's it. What about you, Ty? Where'd you learn romance from? You learn how to fuck on random women from your cousin.
We know.
But that I also learned a lot of that from them too, and then also observing just like my sisters and my
Your
mom.
cousin was a romantic player?
But he was the
Was
player
he a trick?
player. I don't know if he was a trick.
Okay.
But
you got to differentiate with some of these things.
I don't know if he was a trick, but he was smooth as fuck.
Okay.
He was smooth. I give him that. I ain't seen him in action. He was smooth. But no. So I mean, I grew up in a house with all girls, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's my mom, 2 sisters.
You had a cheat code if you paid attention.
So yeah. So it was like so I kind of just watched them and watch how like people interacted with them, how males interacted with them, and things that they like and. Kind of like, took on a little bit of those things. Like, okay, so you like flowers. Okay, you like a card. You know what I'm saying? Like going to the park, walking and, doing stuff like that. And then also, I mean, I like writing too. Like you do. I like writing and I'm into like, into like sunsets and scenery and and beautiful sights and stuff like that. So that already helped me because that was just stuff I was interested in. Okay. Approaching and dealing with women, like I said, I picked a lot of that up from my cousin because my cousin was just, he just had that smooth thing where he just like walk up and he would say something and chicks would just melt. And
was he a pimp?
Nah, he not a pimp.
That's what I was getting for.
Was he a pimp?
He was smooth as fuck. I don't know.
I wasn't gator.
You know what I'm saying? But like, but he was...
Yeah, baby.
Get him be playing about that. Get him be playing about his bitches.
Gator don't take no shit.
But I mean, okay. I say he would, he like I said, it was one woman that I used to see him with all the time when I got older.
Bottom
bitch.
Right, he ended up marrying her, right?
Okay.
But I used to see him like, when he would come through with her, he would be like taking her flowers and
she was different from the other.
Yeah, it was different, right? So he like other chicks, they come in and out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They come in and out. Except this white chick. He had this white chick that he was hella hooked on, man. He was hella hooked on her. It was
what chick?
It was a white chick. He was hella. She stayed in Vacaville.
Black man's kryptonite.
Wait, she stayed in Vacaville when there was nothing in Vacaville. Because I remember we rode out there a couple of times.
Oh, last year.
No.
It's still ain't nothing.
You're right. But you gotta think this was about 25 years ago.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing out there. I remember we used to go back and forth. We used to go back and forth out there. I remember and he would like go out there. They would like go out and you know what I'm saying? He'd take her flowers and take her chocolate and all this shit. And he was hooked on her. Like, no, I had never seen my cousin, you know what I'm saying? But then I knew like, okay, that's how like the chick that you really want to be with, like that's how you treat her. Like that's how you treat her. He loved her ass, so when she played him, it was ugly.
Players fuck up.
Right.
It was ugly.
What about you, Mike? Where'd you learn romance? Before you started, you know what I'm saying, using your writing skills.
Yeah. So my brother is like hard.
Hold on, pause for a minute.
I mean,
Paul. No.
I
wasn't talking about that. I was saying pause because people have to understand that Mike has 3 brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's and they're all older than him.
I'm the baby.
Yeah, he's the baby. So the brother who's running butt naked down the street is the one right in front of Mike. You know what I'm saying? So there are 2 more in front of him too. So I just want to clarify because you said your brother. Good.
Thank you. So yeah, my oldest brother, the one that got married young, right? He doesn't deal with emotion well, right? But he's married.
Fucking understatement.
Right? But he's listen though, he's married, right? And I like for as long as I can remember, I used to always wonder what's under all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you hiding it? Like, and for me, I mean, for her, it had to be cool because she gets the other side of him. You know what I mean? At least I believe so.
You would think.
You would think, right. And so for me, it would be like, learn how to function and handle and deal in your emotion. Like, how would you want to show somebody that you care for them or you love them, like be affectionate and all that, and be open about it. That was the key thing for me was to be vulnerable, right? And so I took that from seeing my brother and was like, okay, I'm gonna have this and just learn how to deal with it more. Not that his way was crazy because we all are different. But for me, I was just like, okay, I'm going to just turn that inside out and I'm going to learn to deal with it. And so I was like, okay, well, this is how I'm going to deal with a woman that I do have these feelings for. I'm going to be open. I'm going to, do these nice gestures. And, it was something that I kind of developed myself from, again, seeing him and what I thought was the complete opposite, but I knew it was there. You just don't show it. And that's cool. A lot of people don't. But it was like, okay, I'm gonna have this the other way. So there you go.
Okay.
What about you?
Y'all shit was raw. I got my shit from movies, nigga.
Damn.
Straight up.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
My shit was from TV. When motherfucking Niggas from what was it? Saved by the Bell started, you know what I'm saying, bringing flowers and all these little dates and all that kind of shit from all these sitcoms and shit. That's where I learned my shit from. Again, like I said, my dad was one of those. It's your birthday, here's some flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's that kind of thing. Valentine's Day,
right.
holiday type shit. But
right.
we was going out because he wasn't one of those dudes. So, I tell you in a heartbeat, look, my romance ain't the best. I got a brain, so I really think about some shit a little bit, but I try to get it done. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too bad.
I think trying is always.
Yeah, but women got to understand the try, though.
Talk.
Women have to learn the try.
Talk.
Know what women have to do? I'm just put this PSA out to women. Y'all got to pay attention. Y'all really have to pay attention because most times the way a man shows you that he loves you is going to be with what you consider a little thing, but it's a big fucking thing to him.
Yep.
Y'all just have to understand that. Y'all like grand gestures, I get that, but most dudes ain't grand niggas.
Right.
They just not. That's not how we're not even emotionally tapped in to do grand gestures right away like that.
And if we do a grand gesture, boy, we really, really love your ass.
Yeah, for real. But if your man is walking away from things he loves to do, to make sure he's there for you type of shit, that brother gives a fuck about it.
Nigga.
He gives a fuck, man. Y'all just don't understand that part of it.
Yeah. As long as Ty get away from the Beijing, he loves you.
For real.
He loves you.
Ty put that can down.
He
say,
loves
you cool with it?
Mike put that hot pocket down. He loves you.
Fuck you. Never put the hot pocket down.
When you mentioned grand, I was just like thinking like, what's some grand shit I did? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like the biggest thing I did, I was dating this girl, and you know the Napa wine train?
Yeah.
Ever been on Napa? So for Valentine's Day, I planned this whole like weekend shit, man. And I booked the Napa wine train. Was on a Napa wine train. It was my first time getting a massage, so I booked like, you know, couple massages and shit. Man, massages was like $300, bro. I was like wilding out, right? I was like, right. So we went like full body massages or whatever. We went to this. It was this hotel, but it was built like cottages. Like each was called built like cottage or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Shit was beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? I went straight smooth out for that chick, and I was just like, damn, like and the crazy part is like, I never thought like twice about it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, this is, it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, yo, I'm gonna do this shit, and she was like stuck. I even picked out her dress, like I bought her a dress and shit. You know. And
I ain't going that far.
like you know,
I ain't buying no dress.
No, I mean, it's not that. It's just I don't.
You knew the size?
I knew her size. I knew her size.
Good nigga, man. Good nigga, man.
I knew her shoe size and shit like that. So I bought her the dress, the heels, everything. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we got to the hotel. I was like, don't, you know what I'm saying? She packed the bag, but I was like, look, you gonna wear this? She was like, what? And pulled it out, and she was like, oh shit, like, okay.
Y'all have a kid?
Like, we'll have no kids. We'll have no kids.
For sure shot the club up.
Man, I mean, you know, listen, the way the situation ended up happening at the end, you know, we kind of like, we hella cool now, but you know, I mean, in some ways, I wish I would have
hit her with that. You remember that time I did the motherfucking Napa train for you? Payback.
No, it's so funny because her birthday just passed, and I sent her a picture from the wine train or whatever.
You trying to fucking
get that old thing back? That's exactly what that is.
No,
You
like,
not slick.
No, like me and her still hella cool. Like, you know, like for example, for Torian's birthday, she had sent me a picture of Torian when he was a baby. Like, yo, I still got these pictures when he was like 4 months old. And I remember, like I said, like, you know, that's what I said, when you had that connection with somebody, like she was like super dope, and I like had that connection with her.
So
I was just like,
baby,
going,
I
like,
was fishing with
extravagant.
dynamite too.
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
When Spud was a baby, posting pictures of that nigga on Facebook.
See? So she
Your
had
son
like a
is
whole...
so cute. Oh yeah. Look at this one.
But she had took Torian to go take pictures, right? She would like, you know, she would like go take, you know, and so like hella shit like that. So she was like I said, she was hella dope.
She was in it. All right.
She was hella dope.
Yeah, man. So I guess the moral of this, man, is everybody learns it a little different.
Yeah.
Ladies, be a little more patient. Fellas, be willing to communicate and be open to doing new shit. Because you'll learn some shit when you do the new shit.
You know what tripped me out?
Nope.
I be seeing niggas on social media, right? and like shit like what we talking about is like considered lame. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's closed-minded people that say.
yeah, closed-minded, and you niggas are too tough. You know what I mean?
Banging on
Like,
bacon, man.
yeah, like, but at some point you're gonna be there anyway. Like with a chick, or you may call her a bitch, or whatever the case. No,
Some of them do.
Oh, I'm like, oh, you talking about
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
and
of them
it's
call
like-
that girl they bitch.
so
Like,
so how does this work for you, my nigga? Like, what are
fam, first of all, stop even thinking about it. That's what I do. I've
have to.
seen people on social media, women and men,
yeah.
one
That's hard.
one thing, but looking over there. Like, for example, we all know somebody who wants a romantic dude but loves thugs. I've never met a romantic thug.
Never in my life.
So I asked her that. I asked for clarification. Like, wait, this is what you're looking for? She said yes. All I said was good luck.
Have fun.
That's it. I don't know.
Enjoy
What
your
you
journey.
doing with that? You have to understand some of the things you're looking for.
So a nigga gently rubs the back of your back with his Glock. Yeah, girls, caress you with this mezzo.
With this
Man,
With the blicky.
I don't get it, man.
I fucks with the blicky on me, ma. Damn.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah, that's
You looking
wild.
for, you know what I'm saying?
These Tim stay on.
Niggas be too hard.
Push
I
this
mean,
weight
but you-
real quick. I'm gonna
honestly,
get back to you,
can-
bitch.
They say that. But when you really look at it, it's always that one person that flips them. They
Yeah.
can say that all they want.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's always that one.
Yeah.
Women talk about dudes being lames, but they all want a fucking lame.
Yep.
They all want a square.
You yeah,
At
'cause you want
some
to know what
point, you
that.
tired of dodging bullets.
Yeah.
You tired of going to put some on this nigga books.
On that card.
You tired of all that shit.
Commissary.
Tired of all that shit, man. At some point, you get there.
I mean, being a square ain't a bad thing.
It's
man.
not.
It ain't. Some squares will beat your motherfucking ass.
Oh, get your ass whooped by a
Some
square.
squares got the blicky too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just is what it
100% square
is.
in
But
there.
yeah, but niggas just don't operate in that. You know what I'm saying?
These
I
niggas
think
ain't super sharp.
a
nigga.
lot of
Hold on.
motherfuckers haven't had good examples of love or romance or even how to treat a woman.
Because everything that they seen around them.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
fucked up.
Poor examples.
Yeah,
Right.
a bunch of poor
I mean,
examples.
so why not take that and you know what I mean?
Use it
and
for
do shit the right way. You know what I
Because
mean?
they don't want to. That's too easy.
Because that's or it's lame
Yeah,
or it's
it's
frowned
lame.
upon.
Yeah, exactly.
That's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, what's the trip about it? I didn't mean to cut you off. But
you
what's
good.
weird about it is they call it lame, but they see their partners doing it, but they won't call their partners lame.
No lie, I've written letters and poetry for niggas like that.
you ghostwriting?
I ghostwrite. I've done it before.
I did some ghostwriting.
Yeah.
That's real. I mean,
Hey,
I mean, because some niggas don't know. Some niggas don't know how to express. Yeah, it's like, you know what, nigga, you came to the right spot. Nigga, I got you. Yeah.
Girl, let me like these brown eyes.
Jump across the table with Sabat.
snap, snap.
so. All right, man. We got a question this week.
Yeah.
You stupid, bro. You got a question, man? We getting into one this week, or we moving right along here?
Since we are operating in
Whatever mode.
in romance, do you remember your first date?
No.
Your first full-fledged date.
My first real date?
Real date.
Okay, so my first date was technically taking the girl across the street to McDonald's, where we had a chaperone by her
No,
mother.
I don't.
You don't remember your first
I was
date?
also like 6, so that's why I said my first
Damn!
date.
Yeah. I don't remember my very first one. No, I don't.
You
First
Ty?
real date. No, go ahead. I'm thinking.
I know.
My first real date, and I would consider my first real date, I think I was 17. We went to the movie theater in Emeryville.
Old school,
Old
UA
school.
in the back.
Yeah.
Old school.
Not in
baby.
yeah. So we went there. We went and saw Armageddon.
I said,
remember the
what the? How the hell you see that on your first date?
We went and saw
Hey,
Armageddon.
man, it's action.
Me
Chicks
and the
love
girl, her mom dropped her
course.
off. No, her mom dropped her off at the
Okay.
movie theater. And we met up. We went and saw Armageddon, and then we went and got pizza out of the out of public market.
Out the market spot, yeah.
Out the market spot.
Oh, he did it
And
daytime.
And then we ended up walking home. No, we did it like it was like
Early
4 o'clock, it was like 4 or 5
evening,
o'clock. It was like
early evening.
You know what I'm saying? And then we ended up walking back home. She lived on Aileen Street.
So that wasn't too far.
So it wasn't too far from the movie theater. But me and her walked
walk.
from the movie theater back to Aileen
Shit,
Street.
I might
So I walked
know.
her back home. And after I walked her back home, walk my ass back to Vallejo Street.
Oh, you wasn't too far either.
No, that's what I said. My best friend stayed on Island. That's the only reason.
No, I'm saying he
was on
there.
that's what I heard.
He wasn't even too far.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I went to Grand Lake Theater. The funny thing
Home
about
of
it,
the stale popcorn.
Hey, we gonna be there. We gonna be there. This,
so
Yeah, we are.
I didn't have a chaperone again. My brother and his wife were like my mom and dad. So, but my sister was like, you know, she was my mom in a sense. So she talked to her grandpa, who didn't really like me. It was like, yeah, they're gonna go to the movies, you know, and yeah, I'm okay with it, and I'm okay with it. Shit, this is junior high.
Nigga wasn't shit.
This is junior high.
About 12, 13.
So we went to Grand Lake Theater, and we stayed right around the corner from each other, so it was cool. So we went to Grand Lake Theater, hit the KFC across the street afterwards, and walked back. And you know that was kind of the end of that.
I don't remember my first day, dog.
I remember my worst day too.
Her grandfather hated me.
Why? What did you do?
I ain't do shit. You know,
that time he wasn't
that was back in the day when you used to have to ask, can boys call your house? Like, you have boys call, or you know, you had a female partner who stand in for you, ask for it, and get off the phone. Like, yeah, we in here trying to Trojan horse your way in.
Always a three-way ass call.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
What was my first day? I don't remember, dog.
You don't even remember the girl or nothing?
Well, it had to be in high school.
Okay.
Had to be in high school. We probably didn't do shit but go to the movies and some shit like that.
Yeah,
Some simple.
standard.
Yeah.
The standard movie.
Caught the matinee. You know what I'm saying?
Cheap.
I paid for my.
I mean, nigga, I was in high school, nigga. I'm getting
I was
$5
working
a
back
day.
then.
for
Oh,
it.
you paid?
Save up.
I paid and everything, man.
How you supposed to do it?
You know what I'm saying?
How you supposed to do it,
My
man?
Taco Bell check, man. You know what I'm saying? You get that money, hell yeah, man.
It
Get
was
that
like-
money,
Which
man.
one on
Right there in Brazil.
Slinging Mexican pizzas.
Hey, bruh. Every day we shut down at 9 o'clock. We ran out of food. Every day.
I was about to
Not the
ask
one
if
on
you was taking
Telegraph.
shit home.
Nah,
and
right
putting it in
there,
your fridge.
by Pack and Save in Home
Yeah,
Depot.
in the thing.
Yeah, me and
Heavily to ground beef.
Oh, you
Those
was in
like-
Henryville, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, me and a
I
couple
forgot
of our
the shit. I
boys,
ain't been
we
over
used
there
to
so long, I forgot.
we used to be in there. We had the Madden hooked up in the back. We had Madden.
That's why I took so long to get my
live.
fucking food.
And
when I was in there.
after the lunch rush from 7 to 8, you know what I'm saying? We was like, we ain't making no more goddamn food. Like, we ain't doing shit else.
Back then, that's what nigga
And,
was playing game day.
And basically, if we ran out of food, nigga, it was shit. Fuck it. So motherfuckers come in at 9 o'clock and be like, "Why can we get some tacos?" Like, we ain't got no taco shells. I'm like, what? They're like, what? Like, we ain't got no taco shells. You want a burrito? Oh, we ain't got no burritos either, man. We gonna go ahead and lock this door real quick.
Damn.
Lock this door. Go ahead and wash these dishes.
Down there,
We about to go in here and get this Madden game going real quick.
See you tomorrow.
We see y'all tomorrow.
Damn. All right, man. We got birds and salutes this week.
Yeah.
Oh shit, nigga sound like a player.
Yeah.
What you got, Keith?
I'm gonna give my salute.
Salute. All right.
I got a salute to Byron Allen. Let's just listen to his interview, and I mean, how he got started was, I mean, shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. But he the only black man that own a Weather Channel, brother. Like, I mean, I already knew that, but like just to hear his story, you know, and everything that he's trying to do, and he's suing the company I work for.
That nigga walked in there with this the darkest brown suit you got.
Man. So I mean, he's suing Charter too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so he, you know, I mean, I understand where he's coming from and what he's trying to do. So I mean, I give him a salute.
All right. What about you, Ty? You got a bird and salute this week?
I'm gonna give my salute to John Witherspoon, who just passed away. Man, I loved him as an actor, as a comedian.
Keith is dying.
He's over here dying.
Keith is dying.
you know, they say, you know, an actor becomes like memorable or legendary when you can when you don't know their name, but you always remember the role that they played.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, Friday, you know, he's probably known for that role, I think, the most, even though he was in like Bebe's Kids and he was,
if I had to guess, his top 2 roles probably gonna be Friday or Boomerang.
Boomerang.
So,
one of the two. Yeah.
So you know, you gotta get him in his, you know, I mean, I wish he would have got more accolades when he was alive. I think he will, you know, I think people will talk about him now in his passing more so. But I mean, I think he had a great career.
I think they gave him his flowers while he was here. Though.
I think he was revered within the black community.
I mean, within the black community. That's what I'm saying. I think, you know,
I mean, he was also the dad in Boondocks too. So
damn,
yeah.
I don't even know if they shot it already either.
I think they did.
I hope they did.
I think they did.
Hope they did.
But he did a bunch of movies,
man. Yeah. What about you, Mike?
I ain't got one this week.
You don't have one this week? Actually, I was gonna piggyback off Ty, so I was going with John Witherspoon too. So since Ty already hit, you know what I'm saying, John Witherspoon thing, right? Mm-hmm. Let's we got a couple minutes. I'm gonna squeeze in a couple more minutes just to do this in memory of John. Man, he was such a legend for us. Give me your favorite line from John Witherspoon. Don't matter what the movie is. Give me your favorite line. Do you have a favorite line? Okay, Keith, I know you got one. You always quote the movie.
Hollywood Shuffle.
Oh, shit.
Hoe cakes. Hoe cakes. Hey, man, I swear, as a young kid looking at Hollywood Shuffle, I didn't realize how funny that shit was. Mm-hmm. Hey, pinkies, man. That shit was hoe cakes. That's mine.
Okay. I guess shit. This is I actually meant to put this on top. John had the skill set to, no matter how small his role is, to kind of take over that scene.
Hell yeah.
Whenever he was in that shit, whenever it was his turn to go, he was going.
Yes.
He was gonna remember whatever the fuck he did. Now I say that to say one of my favorite roles of his, right, was in Vampire in Brooklyn.
Oh my god!
when he played the homeless dude. Hey. And Eddie Murphy, he had seen Eddie Murphy come down and transform from a dog into a person. And he's trying to tell the cop what he just saw. When that man said, "Mom, you a bitch," I went, that bitch love me, man. Flip flopping and shit. Hey.
You ever had somebody flip flop on you?
Hey, that man said, I bought her pretzels and chicken. Hey, what do the two got to do with each other?
And the best part about that shit with him, a lot of his shit was ad-lib. Yep. That shit was not in his script. Yep. He just went. What about you, Mike? What you got?
Mine was actually from a TV show in Black Jesus. This fool, the landlord of the apartment building, who happened to be Charlie Murphy, he had ordered some shoes, right? And so John Witherspoon actually he took the shoes, and Black Jesus was like, "Man, why don't you tell him what's going on with his shoes?" Right? And Charlie Murphy was like, "Wait a minute, what you talking about?" And John go over to him and he go, "Man, don't listen to him. You know he on that stuff, that lean, that codeine, them mollies." I swear for God, that is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. And his mannerisms, is when those mannerisms come while he's in his bag. That's what make it funny. Yeah, man. That's what really do it. Is the mannerisms.
I don't know if I have an actual favorite one, just because like. He had a lot of just roles. I mean, I remember him from like Wayans Brothers being hella funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Running the restaurant and shit, and just that scene. You know that his interactions with Marlon. Was always hella funny. Always. You know what I'm saying? You go to Friday, of course, you got lines for lines in Friday where he was just hilarious. You know. So I don't got a favorite. I can't pick one. You know what I'm saying? Like he just whenever I saw him on the screen, like I know that I was getting ready to laugh.
Exactly.
I knew I was
without a doubt.
Yeah. So
without a doubt.
Hey, but that Boomerang is classic. Though.
I was gonna say that's probably
that
the
Boomerang
one.
Is classic.
That bang 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 shit.
She got you wet, boy.
Again, like Mike said, though, with his mannerisms, this motherfucker over there eating chicken, sucking grease off. Yo, Marcus, I heard your pussy wet. Like, come
Everybody was like,
Yeah, man.
what? Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
Whips that pussy.
So, man, salute to a legend, man. Rest in peace, John Witherspoon. And on that note, man, I think we're going to get out of here for the night. Anybody got any last words?
Just put hot sauce on your burrito phone.
One time, straight up.
Sauce on my burrito.
Put that up for him one time, man. We want to thank y'all for listening, and we will holler at y'all next week.
Peace.
Get fired.